reason I don't do any cleaning is because I'm an internet freak. The problem is, if I look at the clock and think, do I clean something or do I go back and kill some more goblins on the computer, then the goblins win. I have never cleaned my house in 2 years that I've lived there. I have bed, I have computers, what more do I need?
Our intrepid duo, Dirt Detective Aggie Mackenzie and Cleaning Queen Kim Woodburn, have swept into Milton Keynes. This week, their target is the house of 31-year-old bachelor Mark Bangs. By day, he works as a responsible and efficient computer programmer. But by night, he's a dirty little elf. Every evening, Mark goes straight home to zap goblins and dragons on his computer, hour after hour after hour, while the filth builds up around him.
When I go round, Mark doesn't seem to be embarrassed about the mess at all. To him, it's an everyday, it's there every day, so he doesn't notice it.
Mark's attitude to cleaning, he actually doesn't have an attitude to cleaning because he doesn't clean.
Mark's home life is out of control, and the only saviours who can break this spell are Kim and Aggie. Time to boldly go where no one's gone before.
Okay, Kim, let's go.
I'm terrified of cutting all this filth.
It smells a bit musty.
I'm glad you call it musty, aren't you polite? I call it a flaming pond, that's what I call this. Let's get along here.
Should we have a look in here and see what...
Oh, if you insist, come on.
Oh, the smell gets worse.
Oh, this is putrid.
Come here, look.
This is a bedroom.
It's the local council tip.
Who in their right mind would live like this?
Oh, my God. Is this serious?
Maggie, this is his bedroom. Oh, he's having us on, isn't he? He's pulling our whatsits, isn't he? Oh, this is a dustbin. Oh, look at the green.
Pizza mouldy.
How can he do... do you know... Oh, look, I've got stuck again. Oh, look. He sits on that computer, and this is a dustbin for all his takeouts. And he's sat...
ordering in.
This is a dirty young man, isn't it? Oh, look, out me way. Oh, into the valley of death.
You're a braver woman than I am.
Do you know what Oh, this pillow just smells of severe perspiration. It's gone like onions.
You can feel the dirt in it, Kim, can't you? You can feel the grime.
This has been on for about...
Don't move it around too much, Kim.
A year
please.
it's been on. A good year. It is...
Yes.
Putrid.
It is.
Mark might well slay monsters on his computer, but the real demons are in his bathroom.
What are we going to find here? Oh! Kim, look at all those hairs on the back of there.
It gets worse, doesn't it?
Oh!
God, help me.
That is frightening. Kim, I would get
Aggie.
double layer gloves on if I were you. Oh.
Aggie. Down here is Kate Tin. Lime scale, dried faeces, dried Twinkie Twonk. Oh.
It looks like a dog uses it.
And the
Put
smell.
the lid down, Kim,
Aggie,
quick.
I mustn't
the
touch them until I
vapours
wash
are
my-
rising.
I must wash my hands, Aggie.
Oh, my God. Kim,
What?
take a look at this. Take a look. Oh. Check this guy's a chimney sweep.
God, what the hell
It looks like
Does
soup.
this come off?
God, look at this side,
I
Kim.
never
it's even
saw
worse.
a tide mark like that in my entire life.
Oh, it's horrendous.
Worse is to come. The lounge is hidden under laundry.
Well, you know, Aggie, this is much of the same.
for
You've got
heaven's
dirty washing, dust, filth.
What a state.
Well, let's get beat our way through the nice doorway, Aggie.
Oh, dear me.
Doorway to paradise, Ag.
This is ancient, Kim. Look how desiccated those pieces of
Well, you
rice
can see the
are.
dust on here, can't you, Aggie?
Oh, my goodness.
He does not throw empty
Anything
cartons
away.
away, does he? Oh, my God. Green fungus, isn't it, Aggie?
Exactly.
This is what you do, Aggie. You go like that.
Yes.
See, this is what... So you go like that, Aggie, you
Doesn't
see?
take much, does
See,
it?
and look at the fungus.
Come on, where is this filthy guy?
I'm just raring to go now.
Time to confront the filth offender.
Oh, here
Just be getting over here, you?
Aggie?
Pleased to meet you.
I don't know whether I should touch you.
I know.
Scared to meet you.
What game you think you're playing?
What is the meaning
I'm
of
glad
this?
you laugh. What game you think you're playing, young man? How can you sit and toss all this food like a big beastie?
Well, the thing is, I'm playing the online games.
Online
I'm
games?
very much into me running around killing dragons and things. And, of course, I'm sitting there focused at the screen, so I don't really see the rest of the room.
So you're living in a virtual world, a fantasy world. What about the reality of this, matey?
As long as I can step round it, it doesn't worry me.
Why did you call us in?
The problem is, I can't bring people round. There's nowhere for them to sit. There's nowhere to go.
You're a big lazy lump. You want to get off there and get into the world of reality.
Yes.
There's one reality Mark is not prepared to lift the lid on.
Look at that, Lou.
Yeah,
Well, open the lid, it's yours.
Get right down into it.
So,
It's disgusting. How can it get like that?
How long, Pinocchio,
Since you cleaned it, your nose is growing.
months,
And man.
years?
years.
Have you ever cleaned it?
I've never cleaned it, no.
In 2 years.
Oh!
No.
It's time to scrub up this grubby galaxy of grime. So it's off with the glad rags. And on with the cleaning armour. Let battle commence. And for a cleaning crusade this big, a real-life army of washing warriors are drafted in to turn this awful abode into a fantasy flat.
I reckon he'd be a lot happier, you know, if he cleaned up.
Yeah.
And grew up. Grew up.
Exactly, I agree with you. He needs to get out of that virtual world and into the real world.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
We've got to get going, Ag.
Yeah.
Lot to do.
Yeah.
You start with the bathroom.
Oh, thanks a bunch.
But before she braves the bathroom, Bugbuster Aggie uncovers evidence of enemy house guests.
Right, there's a huge amount of food debris on this floor. No doubt it'll be mixed up with human skin cells, dust, hair, goodness knows what else. Now, there's bound to be living things feeding off this lot. So I'm going to send some of this off to the lab to be analysed, and with any luck, it'll shock Mark into doing some cleaning.
Mark hasn't cleaned his flat for 2 years. His cleaning skills are more than a little rusty.
Mark, I'm looking at this sink. There's a massive rust stain. How did that get there, please?
It's the remains of a saucepan that was there for a while.
What's a while?
Some weeks,
Pardon?
months.
Thank you
some
very much.
months.
Yes, you just left it there, didn't you?
Yes.
Easily taken off, you know. I'm going to use a powder cleaner. Your grandmother's used it. It was used for toilets during the war. It's still going strong, you know. I'm simply going to shake this on. How can you leave a saucepan for months? I don't understand that, you know. I'm sorry.
I meant to clean it, just sort of didn't get round to it, and it sort of
I
built
see.
up and stayed there, and then by the time I moved it, it was...
Now
as-
we are,
as you
it's
saw.
coming off, it's coming off, folks. There's a lot of bleach contained, you know. It's bleach in this powder as well. We wash it down. Hey presto, it's gone, my love.
That's amazing.
It is, it's lovely.
Mark's dirt demons are in retreat as the cleaners wade in with their weapons of mass disinfection. Next door, Aggie's running Mark a long overdue bath.
So, Mark, how often do you take a bath?
Every day?
Every day?
Yeah.
And how often do you clean the bath?
Not very often.
As in?
As in, never.
Never. OK, right. You see all that grot round the sides?
Yeah.
That's a collection of dead skin cells, soap scum, body fats, general grime for your body and from outside. So you're getting out dirtier than you're going in. What we're going to do now is put a couple of cups of biological washing powder in here. Now the enzymes in the powder help to break down the fats and the protein in here, right? Just squish it around a bit, dissolve it. Right, we'll leave that for a while. Now ideally you'd leave it overnight, but a few hours will work just fine. No effort required so far.
No.
That's a good start, isn't it?
Works for me.
Excellent.
Aggie may be soft soaping Mucky Mark, but Kim is about to get rough with him in the kitchen.
You have here a top that's so disgusting, I can't even begin to tell you. But I'm going to show you how you take it off easily, right? I've got half a pint of warm water. Warm is fine. I'm going to put a cap. Read your instructions on the back. It's thin bleach. A cap in half a pint of water is plenty. Now, on top of that, this is a very concentrated washing up liquid. That's it, literally. You see these gloves? I've got a pair in white. These are exfoliating gloves, and we are going to exfoliate this top. The reason I'm asking you to leave your rubber gloves on is because the moisture from that bowl will penetrate through to your hands. I don't want bleach on your hands. Right, lovey. All right. Now, get doing. Don't stand watching me. Now, I want you to rub as hard as you can to get all this muck off. And it should come off, because most of this muck looks on the surface to me 2.5 years of utter filth. Muscle, get going. Don't tickle it. Right, now, here you are. Now, you see, the exfoliating, they're wonderful, aren't they, really? And also, because I put bleach in the water, I put it in because it's a bacteria killer. Oh, are you enjoying it, dear? Is it good for you, dear? It's wonderful, wonderful for me, I'm telling you. We haven't been 1 minute yet. Right, stop. Let's see your hands. Look at these gloves, you see. Now, what do you think of it?
It's remarkable compared to how it was.
How long has it taken us?
It was, well, 60 seconds, if that.
So what excuse have you got for living in filth?
None.
The big clean continues, and Kim's about to get in a knot over Mark's ties.
How long's that been there?
About a week or so.
You dirty devil.
And there's more bad news when slime sleuth Aggie discovers hair-raising beasties breeding in the kitchen scum. For 40 hours a week, Mark Bangs loves playing fantasy games on his computer, while all around him his reality stinks. Cleaning duo Kim and Aggie are trying to show him the joys of a spotless home, in the hope he'll spend less time fighting dragons and more time battling his beastly filth. With Mark's flat scrubbing up nicely, Aggie is set to tackle the rubbish tip in his bedroom.
Right, Mark. Did you know that in this country, each person produces over 7 tonnes of waste each year?
I didn't know that, no.
Most of this stuff here can actually be recycled. And did you know that your local council has a recycling scheme?
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, they provide free pink plastic bags and they collect on the same day as your normal rubbish day. I've done a simple checklist for you. Paper, cardboard, cans, plastic bottles, and underneath specifically what those sections cover, yes? And they can all go together in this one pink plastic bag. Right, let's get moving with some of this rubbish. Get me some paper first of all, Mark. Great, good. Fine, good. Fine. Excellent. Great. Keep going. Now, envelopes. No good. Plastic here, and the gum on here interferes with the recycling process, so we can't put that in the recycling
No
bin.
envelopes.
So that will go in your normal rubbish.
Right.
Plastic bottle, Mark. You need to take the top off, throw the top away, rinse out the bottle, and then put that in the recycling bag. There's still loads here. We better crack on. Come on. Phew. God, that was a bit of a struggle, wasn't it?
There was a bit there, yes.
No nook or cranny is missed by the vigilant cleaners, while Kim can't wait to get her hands round Mark's neck.
You know, I looked at your ties when I first came here, and I think they're fascinating. Why do you wear comical ties?
Well, when you go to an office, you know, you wear a suit and tie, you wear a plain shirt, you know. It's some way of saying, you know, this is me, I'm different, I'm a person.
They are. They're cheerful, aren't they? They make you
Yeah.
laugh. But listen, I noticed one of your ties, you were telling me you've got ketchup on this tie, right? How long's that been there?
About a week or so.
You dirty devil. This is a polyester tie, so I can use vodka. If it's a silk tie, please don't do this. I am rubbing quite a lot, and that is why you can't do it on a silk tie. The silk tie, the threads are very delicate. Polyester, wonderful for doing a rough-up on it, and it does come off. Now, that is where it was, and that has taken it off.
What's come off?
So there you have a lovely clean tie.
Thank you.
Happy man?
Happy.
Mark won't be smiling for much longer. The lab results are back.
Now, while you've been battling beasties online, a whole colony of insects has been breeding here in your kitchen. With all these bits of festering food around, you've got woodlice, blue bottles, and centipedes.
I didn't realise it was as bad as that.
It is, dear. It's very bad. Those blue bottles coming in, they're after food in here, OK? They're laying eggs on it. If you fancy eating some of it, they'll spit on it first to dissolve it. The place is swarming with bacteria, contaminating your food services and any bits of food that are hanging around. You're in danger of catching typhoid, conjunctivitis, stomach ulcers. How does that make you feel?
No, I didn't know.
No, most people don't. So all you need to do is clear it all away after you finish with it. OK? Simple as that.
As the cleaners swiftly slay their way through the scum, Kim detains Mark over his kitchen grime crimes.
We're going to give this floor a really good clean. Get these gloves on, please. I've got a mop bucket. I've got in that mop bucket warm water, never hot water on lino, never, never, never. I put washing up liquid, quite a bit in, because it'll flatten easily with all this dirt. There'll be nothing left of the bubbles. I've also put a cap of bleach in a generous cap to get rid of your bacteria, OK? I've got an empty bucket here, which you wouldn't normally have, because as I immerse the mop in and mop the first part of the floor and put it back, it's going to be black. So an empty bucket, I'm going to wring the mop out every time in this. In that way, keeping the soapy water clean. Get in there first, don't be shy, I won't bite you. And I want you to really get that mop going, because this will clean up very nicely. Right, I'm going to do the same. Use the wood part of the mop. Feel the wood end and rub that with the mop. I take it from the floor and wring it as tight as I can and squeeze it out, so any dirt you're taking out of it, so we put a clean mop back on the floor. That water's getting quite dirty there. But I am avoiding putting the dirty mop back in here. So I avoid changing the water constantly. All right? Now, you know, honestly, we've done just over a square metre, which isn't much. And look at this, 1 square metre. And don't ever tell me you can't do it. It's a 1.5 minute job, end to end of the kitchen.
Mark's blackened bath has been having a biological soak. Time to discover whether those enzymes have shifted 2 years of grease and grime.
Let's pull the plug and see how well it's done. What I'm going to do now is put the plug back in and use the rest of the water and the washing powder to get the last bits off the sides of the bath. Now you can see, Mark, where the tide mark was. And just a little bit, not even using any abrasion here. All the enzymes are beaten right into all that dirt there. So what we need to do here is take a nylon scourer to the rest of this. You mustn't use anything more abrasive on a plastic bath because it will wreck the surface. So, get to work here. I'm quite looking forward to this, actually. It's coming off really easily, and it's not damaging the bath either. You should really dry it off as well, so there isn't any residue left on there to protect the surface. But I think that's the bath vastly improved, don't you?
Definitely.
Now, it was actually quite a bit of work, but we're talking years and years of grime in there, aren't we? Now, in order to avoid that happening again, each time you have a bath, Mark, just have a quick rinse around. That's all you need. Would you do that, please?
Oh, yes, I will.
You will, you will. You're always saying you will, but will you?
I'll do it for you.
With the end in sight, the might of the cleaning warriors is focused on buffing and polishing until the job is done. 24 hours ago, this dirt dungeon was full of horrors, and Mark's bedroom was a rotting rubbish tip. Now it's a fantasy flat fit for a king.
Right, Mark, come on in. Have a look at this.
Come on. Very exciting, all this.
This is never my room.
It is, you know.
I don't think it's ever looked like this. There is a floor under it all. I don't think I can thank you enough. It's, you've worked miracles.
Miracles were needed to flush out the filth in this bathroom. Now it's a bather's bliss.
Come in, Mark.
It's all shining, isn't it?
Yes. Little surprise for you here, Mark. Right, this was the worst loo that we'd ever seen. And now it's clean.
It's glistening.
Do you like it?
I'm not afraid of it anymore.
Mark's laundry blues are finally over. Now he can actually see his sofa.
Come on in then, Mark.
More treats, more treats.
Wow. I love it. It's great.
This is somewhere now that you can bring friends to, can't you?
Yes.
You can entertain them in here instead of spending your whole life in that other room at the computer.
It seems so much bigger as well.
Should we take him into the kitchen
I think
now?
we should.
Lead the way, Kim.
Right, I shall lead the way, darling.
The kitchen was caked in crumbs and slime. Now it's a gleaming, grease-free galaxy.
I'm so thrilled with the whole place, really. I think you will be.
I'm seeing things I didn't know I had and thought I'd lost. It's astonishing.
You've got a gleaming cooker. You might want to cook something on it one day.
No, it's safe.
Hey-ho. Welcome now to the real world. We want you to spend much less time in the other room on that computer and enjoy your place. We're going to be back in a couple of weeks to check up on you, and you're going to be in big trouble if you don't look after the place. Right, Mark, we're off now.
We're off, my love.
So be good, behave yourself.
Thank you.
You're
Bye.
welcome.
2 weeks later, and Kim and Aggie are back. But has Mark transformed into a domesticated god? Or is he still a dirty little devil?
He's behaved himself.
Hi, come in.
Hello, young man.
Do you want to come into the bedroom?
I thought you'd never asked him.
Wow, this is amazing.
Hi, Joe.
Clean surfaces, clean floor, no big pile of rubbish. How have you done it, Mark?
It was as you said, little and often. It's easy.
And I'm glad to see you've got the items recycle list up on
Yeah,
the wall.
no. I can actually sit in a clean room for a change and actually enjoy what I'm doing rather than trying to avoid looking at things around me.
And how much time are you spending on that computer? The same amount of time?
It's actually less than it used to be.
Oh,
I
why?
must confess.
Why is that?
Because I've been seeing a lot more people and been doing things sort of in real life.
Oh, we like the sound of that, don't we, Kim?
Oh my
There you
goodness
go.
me, it's a different colour.
He's painted the flipping walls.
Mark, my
Oh,
God,
my
it's clean as
Lord.
well. No furry rug down the back anymore. That's a good
like it.
sign. Yes, okay.
Oh, there's an air freshener.
Oh.
Look. Excuse me, Aggie. Do you know, it smells
When I come in from work, the trick is before I actually get on the computer, is to say
Yeah.
half an hour just to tidy things up, wipe the surface down.
Oh, does his chores and
That is-
many has his fun.
Mark, honestly, you've done yourself and you've done us proud. I'm very pleased, Aggie. I'm thrilled to bits, really. I really am.
Isn't it? Well, first impression is pretty good. There's no rubbish on the floors. And there's no clutter either.
It's made a difference to you, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'd say I've been a lot more sociable now. All the friends have come round. I mean, they want to see the place.
So you're using it as a home now, aren't you?
Yes, rather than somewhere where I just barricaded myself away and slept.
You know what? We haven't seen the kitchen yet, have we, Kim? Lead the way, Mark. Wow, sparkle, sparkle. I can't take on much more of this. This floor is just gleaming. You could eat your food off here. How are you keeping it clean?
It requires very little, I found out, apart from a bit of a whip round with a broom. I don't know, I didn't do anything.
I don't know what to say because it's just lovely, Mark. It really is.
We're off now, Mark.
Okay.
Leave you to it.
Oh, you'll be able to invite all your office friends round now, won't you?
Oh, they're going to be so jealous.
Are they now?
Another success story for Kim and Aggie. And there's even time for a spot of overtime back at the office.
Look at this. Look, you know, Aggie, this is never.
chewing gum.
Oh, you know, I've got cobwebs under here, Ags. Oh, you're so disgusting, honestly.
Right.
Whoever
There we
that
are.
was. Right, you can get back in. Just get back.